Hi guys, so as you can tell, I'm here with other people. Say your names.
I'm Naomi.
And I'm Athaaya.
So if you watched my Hate Go Around vlogs, you'll probably recognize them. So she's my teammate. She's just Naomi. Nabiel and Beebee are late, so we're just gonna start without them and they can join. So on my Instagram, I posted a story asking you guys to ask me questions. So if you want to ask questions for the next time I do a video like this, make sure to follow my Instagram. There are people watching us. All these questions are anonymous. So this first question is for Athaaya. Is Bobby just a way to cope with the horrible stress from DP?
No, he's just there. It's just for me to screw around. Thank you for asking.
Screw around.
Yeah.
Wow.
When I'm bored, I play with him. That's all.
Should I plug Bobby's Instagram?
Yes, please.
So Bobby's her automaton and he's a very talented singer, and I will link his Instagram, bobby.automaton. Go follow it if you love automatons or if you just love music. Next question. Who's your favorite Macedonian?
I don't know.
Do I have to pick?
I guess I would say Mihailo. He's the first person who approached me at the Hague and made me feel like I had a friend. So Mihailo, if you're watching this, I love you.
I love you too, Mihailo.
Yeah.
Because he's like the one person who can pinch my cheeks with such strength.
He's very strong.
Yeah.
My favorite Macedonian. I love all of them. Come on, they're really nice people.
We love you, Macedonia.
Yeah.
Why am I doing Korean?
It's such an
Cultural
awesome
appropriation.
delegation.
Someone asked, do you guys love Shoria? I hate Shoria. He's
I
the
love
worst.
Jordan.
He's the worst person to exist.
Excuse me?
Shoria sucks. Just kidding, Shoria, I love you.
Shoria's a cool guy.
If you're watching this, I love you.
We love you too, I guess. Someone asked, can you send us your notes? Our notes are so bare.
I mean, your notes. I have like separate notes from them.
I barely even go on the notes anymore. I just watch YouTube videos.
Yeah, the reason why we scored really high is because like we just practiced a lot, right?
Yeah, I think.
But not actually practicing.
I think for challenge, although yeah, you can just make like a lot of notes, but it's more that you understand the content rather than taking notes. Because for me, I feel like just reading and taking notes isn't that effective for me to learn. I feel like for me, it's like watching videos and like doing bulk questions and all that. The next question's why WC and not ME1?
Why do you guys look at me?
Because you did ME1.
You were the only one.
You did ME1.
I did it and then I stopped.
Why'd you stop?
Because I just didn't want to anymore.
You
The
didn't
thing,
like
is,
it?
the thing is WC, they kind of trap you in this. You don't simply leave unless you can't go.
So
Yeah.
for me, like I did one MU1 General Assembly, and I feel like MU1 is better if you're like trying to go for like the path of like being a diplomat or like interested in politics and stuff like that. But like I'm really not. I feel like with WC you research more like broad. Whereas in MU1, you just like research about your specific country or specific situation. So if you just want to focus on your like research and public speaking skills, I would say like WC is better for that because you have more like variety. But if you're more for like politics and diplomatic stuff, then I would say MU1 would be better.
Say something, but then you're gonna like have to bleep it out, like the whole thing.
Say it.
So I'm just not.
Say it.
I'm just gonna like do like a whole montage of like bleeped out words.
Go, it's okay,
Can you like do a black censor?
Black censor
Okay, it's
part.
like, I have like various. Are you gonna do? You're
I'll
gonna
do it.
Okay. So I have like various problems with like American culture, like in Indonesia in general.
3 hours later.
Bleep part over.
Okay, next question. How have y'all learned from your past teammates? So this was submitted by my ex-teammate. For me, like the past 2 years, I've basically had the same team. It's like one change. My previous team was amazing. I love you guys, Tiara and Dara, if you're watching. Because you guys like switched out teams like every year, right? But for me, like I was with that team for 2 years and like we grew together and we learned a lot together. It was like nice seeing them all improve, and I feel like even though I was like the same team for so long, we all like understood our differences and how to make it work. So what about you guys? What did you learn from your past team?
Let's take the best for the last.
Yeah, okay, fine. Your turn.
So like the thing is with my teams that I love them, but there are usually lots of complications. I've never had a consistent team for a whole season, but I guess like what made me happy from that is that I end up having lots of friends and like lots of people to talk to, both from my school and from like outside my school. Then I end up like making connections because I keep teaming up with different people. Like I get to learn lots of different things from them. Then like certain team members are like skilled at certain parts of WSC, and I get to like see how they do things. So it's pretty cool.
What about you, Athaaya?
Okay, believe this whole thing out, please. It is gonna go so bad.
3 hours later.
Basically, what she learned from her past seems to have better teammates.
To have better teammates, and I'm happy that I'm with her now because she's like a better replacement with Heidi and Nabil.
I miss you, Heidi. The next question is, how has is WC? So basically, how's WC? Well, we're actually supposed to have a WC practice right now, but everyone's late, so that's great.
Yeah.
That's the best part about WC practice is no one ever shows up on time and we can never do what we plan. It's literally 1 of 5 and 2 other people have shown up. Like even for this Q&A, we're supposed to have 2 other people, Beebee and Nabiel. I'm gonna call you out right now in this video. You guys are late and you're not gonna be part of this video. And if this freaking trends, then your fault. You're not gonna get any of the profit. At Sodium Dollar, go freaking comment on his recent and say that you suck for being late for this Q&A because now you're not part of this video. Well, that's all the questions we got. That wasn't that many. And then I thought, why don't we just give like a general like tips and stuff, because these are both very skilled scholars. I'm gonna say an event. Each of us should give like a tip that helped us like during that event.
Okay.
Okay, so first is debate. I already did a whole video about debate tips. If you haven't watched my debate tips video, it's in the card somewhere. You know, it's in my research.
Can I do the thing and wish I point to it?
Yeah, point to it.
So we're here.
Or it might be here because it's like flipped sometimes. I don't really know. Somewhere in one of the corners. Okay, so what like general tips do you guys have for debating?
Slow down. Just slow down in speaking. There's no need for you to rush, because like if you rush, so there's like this common myth where it says that if you rush while you speak, your opponents are not gonna get what you say, and therefore they're not gonna get any rebuttals from it. Don't do that. As long as you like don't rush, as long as you like slow down and let them understand, it's fair, you know, because like
no, but then like if you keep a certain pace and the adjudicators understand and the opposition like doesn't understand, isn't that the opposition's fault then?
What's important is that slow down, you know, because like I'm like known to be like a very quick speaker, and sometimes I'm telling myself slow the frick down. And so that's the only thing I have to say, because like if you don't, then you're gonna get lost and your tongue will be twisted.
What tip do you have for debate?
Learn how to work well with your team.
Yeah,
that's like super important, because if you feel like you're like really doing most of the work, or someone in your team is doing most of the work, that gets very stressful, because like you also get scored for like teamwork and stuff. So it's like really important. Like even though when you're speaking, when you're standing like up there, you're alone, you still go back to your team. Those 15 minutes of prep you spend with your team, like make sure that you know how to use that time wisely and how to really coordinate and how to support each other like fairly.
I think for me, utilize your time better, because a lot of people like when they first start debating, they don't even hit the 3-minute mark. So like make sure you do that. I feel like once you get experience with debate, there's this whole thing called the third speaker bias. Do you feel that the third speaker bias exists?
What is this third speaker bias?
Is that basically like that adjudicators prefer the third speaker over other speakers?
Like I used to think that it was true for like everything, but then I realized that like showcase speakers, like there's a lot of first speakers, second speakers, and I feel like I can't say for sure.
Because I've been a third speaker for like the past years, and like I've done pretty well. And I feel like it does like kind of exist in my case, because like for me, both of my teammates are really great, yet they like don't score as high.
Yeah, that's true.
For me, because sometimes I adjudicate, and like sometimes I'll change the score of the previous 2 speakers if I think the third speaker is like even better. Have you ever done that for adjudicating?
Also, she got really high rank in the hague.
Because third speakers are usually, your speeches are usually rebuttal heavy. Maybe that just sounds like good, because it sounds like a really like attacking thing. First and second is more substantive setting. It's not a bad thing. It's like,
so I know my old teammate, she used to be a second speaker. No, she used to be first speaker, and then this year she turned into a third speaker, and like her debate just like went like way up, which like could also just be like she improved in debate. But I feel like that's like a thing you start to notice when you like are in WC for a long time, that like sometimes adjudicators prefer third speakers, but don't feel like you need to be a third speaker to do well, because obviously like first and second speakers can score really well. Next event, bowl.
Oh, my favorite.
This is like the first year we've like really done well in
this
bowl.
Is like redemption.
I think like for me, like this is the first time like we've done like actually well.
Yeah,
like we got a freaking trophy for bowl, which was like crazy.
It was mind-blowing.
A lot of people, when they see like there's 6 subjects, 3 teammates, 2 subject per teammate, don't do that.
You may, but it's not recommended. You study everything.
Because I guess for bowl, maybe it would be better, but like for challenge, it's not that great because you're only gonna be good in 2 subjects. But I think for bowl, it's good to have like everyone know everything, which is hard sometimes. So I think you should at least like have some overlap. Because like I know maybe some of us knows a lot about one section of science, while the other one knows more about another section of science, you know? For bowl, you really have to like work with your teammates, because you have like such a short amount of time. You have to like just figure it out. And like sometimes like, you know that feeling when like you say it's A, and then all your other teammates say it's a B, and then you press B, and then the answer's actually A. You just don't kill them.
That's
They were non-violent program. That's happened before.
Wait, you've killed a teammate for that?
No, I mean it's happened where I said the right answer and they put the wrong answer. You just have to really work with your team, because I think if you don't have good chemistry with your team during bowl, all hell will break loose. What are your tips for bowl?
Study. Study like it's the end of the world.
Oh, and also like study the smallest things, especially the additional cases.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because like when we were in The Hague, there was like this one question that's based on the additional case from social studies. Unfortunately, I read that like months ago, and I remember the content of it, so I answered that.
I remember in regionals we had like little break between like all they're getting off packets before like the bowl question, and I was like reading through the additional cases, and like one of the questions was about like the baobab trees, and like everyone else was like, where is the baobab? I'm like, it's in Africa, I just read it. So make sure you look at additional cases, because I feel like a lot of people, like I know at least I tend to like not care about that. Next event, writing. You're good at writing. What do you have? Like, what are your general tips for writing?
Find out what works best for you when it comes to writing. Be careful with your points and your arguments, or what it is that you want to write. Like, make efficient use of the time you get for planning.
Commercial break, they're here.
So when I first started WC, everyone was like, you need to do creative essays because, you know, the adjudicators are gonna get bored. And then so I tried writing these like creative essays. I did like the script, I did dialogue, I did all these crazy things, and like because I thought that's what the adjudicator would like, and I never scored well. And then so this year I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna do an essay, because I know I can do an essay. I'm pretty good at writing essays for school, so I'm just gonna do a normal essay. Just like, don't take it as serious as a school assessment. And I actually got a writing medal. It wasn't that high, but it was my first writing medal, and I was really proud.
Use like a writing utensil and make sure you write on the paper that they give you.
Yeah.
Like, be careful with the lines, you know? Like, don't write on the table. They will not score that.
Yes.
Use colors. Use colorful highlighters. I scored pretty well in Melbourne, but like I didn't score anything this year. I'm sad.
If you use humor, understand your audience, because like this year, like at regionals, I use a lot of like teenage, like quirky humor with like a lot of slang and all that. The staff members that were there, none of them were like the young like intern gap years, like all the old people. I'm sorry, Nabiel, you're not old, but like you don't, I don't think you understand what like a queen and intellectual is. So our last event we gotta talk about is the dreaded Scholars Challenge.
Study a lot.
Yeah, study a lot. Like study deeply.
Yeah, their team
don't
did really
do
well
like
challenge.
surface area knowledge.
Do the 3 bubble.
Yeah.
That's like the most.
So the 3 bubble rule is basically maximum 3 bubbles. I think for me, you really need to figure out what way is best for you to study, because like most people, they just like take notes and stuff, but for me, I find that not as effective. There's like the different types of learner. I think I'm a very like auditory and like visual learner, so like reading and writing doesn't really help me learn as much. What other tips do you guys just have for WC in general?
I usually like eat my notes, because that's how I digest all of the information. My favorite flavor is special area. Oh, that's mine too.
So that's it for a little Q&A, but also like general tips session. Before we end this video. Hi, so I'm editing this right now, and I just realized that the video cut off here, so the entire outro is just gone. So I'm just popping in to say I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will be doing a TOC vlog series, so you'll be seeing a lot more of these people if you enjoyed them. Yeah, I'll link all their social media below if you are interested in stalking all of them. Stay tuned for more vlogs and other WC related videos, and bye.
Roll the credits.